like, what did you mean when you said that? So when I know that kind of detail goes into it, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, yes, some of these things are going to be full-brain conspiracies because we're that excited, but zooming out, we're excited about fucking lyrics right now. Bunch, like, and I say this like as a man fully secure in my emotions, I sat there in front of this live stream and I'm in an audience maybe of like 1,000, 2,000 people as they're asking me to dissect the lyrics from my lens as an artist. Yeah. And that shit gave me goosebumps.
Good
day. Like breaking down because I'm like,
Stadium in
so
Kansas
so
City.
many years of mediocre. Right?
It's week 17 of the NFL.
Man, this is just a protein shot. I'm sorry that your favorites are not providing the authenticity. It's almost like when you first time I had a rap state, I can't go back now. So when I think about the first time that I heard music that actually spoke to us, human music.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I looked at that, you know what I said, Coach? I said, ooh, so much of this shit is reminding me of the cultural phenomenon that control was.
2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week.
Bigger, much bigger. But I'm saying in terms of,
okay?
I remember how excited I was for you.
If I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
In 2012, that's a bigger conversation. Now I'm looking at this one
here on first down.
You got pastors redoing
finds Pierce right side. He's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
You got corporations
defense for the Chiefs. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
You got all these different things happening
you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game?
And how about
last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Yeah, this is going to be the Titans' first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Thinking not like us. It takes me back to an earlier point when I said his first mistake was that Taylor made.
Spears with another carry. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were very...
Take a second to reset. You can do this. Nice and controlled. That's good. Come on. Take a deep breath in.
Let's do it. Crank him out. Straight to the finish line, baby. Let's go.
Well done.
I be going hard every day.
Strong in that victory from a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure. Open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. On the toss, it's Spears. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That one's taken in, and he lost the football. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll set up a throw. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now Patrick going to change the play. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. Dancing away at the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And that's an important completion right there, because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing. Mahomes now on first down. Here's Freiermuth again. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 89 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes. Stretched. Dreamed. Going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the tight. The big man. Get the oxygen tank ready. And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Motion man right is Rice. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco. And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep with the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit in the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Titans force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. 7-7, our score after 1. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he'll be brought down. Tackles made at the Chiefs' 42. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Delivers another one to Pierce. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
In motion left goes a tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
He's a nerd.
Spears again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Spears will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mahomes going to change things up. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Running left, it's Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now receiver in motion left. Now here's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Pat Freiermuth, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here's Spears on 2nd down. Oh, look at the juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Right back to Spears. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Left side, he finds Pierce. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Kelsey, a nice catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Running left to give to Pacheco. That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Chiefs go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. Darnell Mooney, 55 yards. And the Titans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The point after, good by Groupie. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Just a 4-play drive that time. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Mahomes to throw. There's that man again. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Mahomes now on first down. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Good position to be in here, second and inches. Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. Finds Mixon near the sideline. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
This will be caught at about the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from inside the 5. And again, it's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Amon-Ra St. Brown with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. So all right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 7. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On now is the Titans punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon shedding through the defense. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On play action, it's Mahomes. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's a 2nd and 5. Mixing up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
On first down, Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately,
They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He did run so hard.
Now 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
Mahomes now to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes now. Here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down.
That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. That one's taken in by Spears. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That pick his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't good. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Pat Fryermuth, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockey. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Inside handoff to Mixon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Only 3 there on the screen and 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play. On 2nd down, Kamara. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Kamara will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's old records there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Butker on for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better.
And now the rookie's free. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 62 yards. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Groupie for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And it'll be Titan football.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have...
There he goes, left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got Pierce. And it's a Titans touchdown.
Alec Pierce, 28 yards. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. No surprise at this point. It's Freiermuth yet again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. He'll take this to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They go play action. Now Mahomes. A short one there to Freiermuth. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right to Mixon on the check down. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. A short one there to Freiermuth. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City 1st.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue?
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 4.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll drop to throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he will have a Titans first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Big strides. Look at him go. Touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A point after, good by Groupie. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. 7 yards there and a first down. Now I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a give to Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's the Titans now just about ready to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And they will finally run him down.
God damn.
Brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Running left, it's Mixon.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw.
Oh, my God.
It's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Second and a couple. Back to throw again. They're going right back to Pittman. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
They'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Chiefs, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.